This problem involves decimals. So a couple different ways that you could approach the decimals. If you don't mind working with decimals, you can just go ahead and multiply 0.2 times each thing inside and multiply 0.5, add the like terms, solve for x, and you can do it that way. However, I'm going to show you another way of doing that. Instead of dealing with decimals, because a lot of times it's really easy to make a mistake, especially when you're adding or subtracting decimals, I want to go ahead and eliminate them altogether. So what you want to do is you want to multiply both sides of the equation by the same number that allows you to get rid of the decimal to where it's a whole number. Now, if I move this decimal place over here, I would get positive 2, and I can move this one over here. That means if I move the decimal place over by one place, moving it one over to the right, that's going to allow me to have a whole number in front of each of those. Now the way that I can move that over is I can multiply by powers of 10. So however many spaces you want to move that decimal place over, that's how many zeros you put on. Either it's 10, 100, 1,000, and so forth. In this case, I want that decimal to move over only one place to the right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply each of these by 10. Okay, so 10 would move that decimal place one place over. So I'm going to put a 10 over 1 next to each piece that I have here. So I'm multiplying that by 0.2, x minus 2, and then I have a 10 over 1 times the 0.5, x plus 3, and then don't forget to multiply after the equal sign also. You want to make sure you multiply both sides by that. So all I'm doing is just putting a 10 over 1 next to each thing. Now, because I have, technically this is 3 things multiplied together, and you're not going to multiply the 10 times the x and 10 times negative 2. You have 3 things multiplied together, so when you do multiplication, you're allowed to multiply them in any order. I'm first going to multiply the 10 times the 0.2 first, and do that, and then I'll do 10 times 0.5. So I'm going to multiply those two first, and then I'll multiply by the x and x minus 2 later in the next step after that. So let's do this the first two. 10 times 0.2, it moves the decimal place over, and now it's just going to be 2 times x minus 2. Next, I'm going to take 10 times 0.5, that'll move that decimal place over one place to the right, and I'll get a 5. So 5 times x plus 3 I have there. And then don't forget to do 10 times 6, and you get 60. Alright, so now the problem, I've gotten rid of all the decimals. It was originally this one, because I multiplied by 10, I moved the decimal place over one place. Notice the decimal place also got moved over here by 6. Decimal place was originally there. If I move it over one place, that's why it became 60. Okay, so I wanted to show you all the steps, written it all out, but if you can show that without multiplying by 10 and just move the decimal place over on each of those, that's okay too. That's fine just to jump down to this step. Okay, now from here we're just going to solve. So we have parentheses, we have to clear those out. So we're going to do 2x minus 4 and then 5x plus 15. So 2 times x, 2 times negative 2. Don't forget this is negative here. 5 times x, 5 times 3. So 5x and then 5 times 3 is 15. That equals 60. Now just add like terms together. 2x and a 5x, that's like terms, that's 7x. Negative 4 plus 15, you get 11. That's positive 11, because 15 is the larger number. And then you get 60 over here. Now, you want to get x by itself. So when I get rid of the 11, so we're going to do opposite operation, subtract 11 from both sides. Come over here, we get 7x. That cancels out, so we have the equal sign there. Then we have 60 minus 11. Okay, so if you do 60 minus 11 on that, you're going to get 49. Okay, and then we want to divide both sides by 7, because this is multiplication. You want to get x by itself, divide both sides by 7, and we get our final answer, which is 49 over 7 is 7.